Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Captain Justice here, and I am going to be talking about Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Sorry, this review's a little late. I had I was away somewhere, so I just had to. I didn't really get the time, and I figured also I needed some time to develop the movie in my head. In my opinion, is still exactly the same as it was when I first saw it. But the reason I had to give it time to develop was because the thing is, when I reviewed Man of Steel, I gave it no time. So I give it a 10 out of 10. And don't get me wrong, it's a great movie. But it's not 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 is the best possible rating. Man of Steel is not that. This movie, however, as far as superhero movie standards, it is 10 out of 10. This is top notch. Alright, my favorite superhero movie, hands down until this point, was The Avengers. Nothing beat it. Followed closely by The Dark Knight and Iron Man and movies like that. Then this happened. This is number one now. This is hands down the best superhero movie that's ever come out to this date. Best comic book movie, well, I don't know. I don't know about best comic book movie, but definitely best superhero movie. Now, there is a difference. There are movies such as 300 or V for Vendetta or, like those that are comic book movies, but not necessarily superhero movies. So, yeah, that's what I mean by that. But this, not only is this one of the best superhero movies, the best superhero movie I've ever seen, but it's also one of the best movies I've ever seen. It is so well done. The storyline, I gotta applaud to that. That was very great. The acting performances, everything was great. My only problem was that it had all the major S.H.I.E.L.D. agents, except for Coulson, obviously, but we know why. And Hawkeye isn't there. Why isn't Hawkeye there? I mean, I know he did nothing in the Avengers, which I wish he did, but I mean, I don't understand why Hawkeye's not there. I mean, he's Hawkeye. He should be there. But, I think this movie really nailed everything perfectly. I mean, I went in thinking, even though people were saying it was better than the Avengers, I didn't think so. Captain America: The Winter Soldier is, in fact, better than the Avengers. And I really can't... This movie is one giant freaking spoiler, alright? One thing I will say is that the Winter Soldier is not the main antagonist of the film. He is one of the main antagonists, he's just not the main antagonist. Like, he'll show up every once in a while, but he's not the main antagonist. This movie is so great. Alright, I can't say anything about this movie without spoiling it, because, like I said, this movie is one giant spoiler. So, I'm going to give this movie a solid 10 out of 10. Or, you know what? 9.5 out of 10. 9.5 out of 10. That's what I'll give it. I'm going to change my Man of Steel rating to 8.5 out of 10 is what I'm changing that to. Alright? And then Iron Man 3, even though I hated it at the time, and I still do, it's not a 0, so I'm going to make it like 3 out of 10, maybe 4 out of 10. So yeah, turning over to this subject, I'll give Iron Man 3 a 4 out of 10. But turning over to this subject, on spoilers, let's talk one thing at a time. Let's talk about what I called a while ago. I'm not sure if I did this in a video, but I definitely wrote it in the comment section of another video. And that was that Robert Redford's character, what was his name? Alexander Pierce, right? Yeah, Alexander Pierce was going to be a villain. I thought he was going to be Red Skull, like in the episode of Avengers: There's Mightiest Heroes when they have a senator that's actually Red Skull. That's what I thought it was going to be. It wasn't Red Skull, but he was a villain. I knew without a doubt he would be a villain. I mean, I knew it. I knew it the whole time. So that was very well done. I guess what this movie is basically talking about is corruption in the U.S. government and things like that. And if that's what one of its main focuses was, which probably was, it nailed that perfectly. it was Hydra growing inside Shield. Arnim Zola is a machine like he is in the comics, like his computer in a brain. I mean, yeah, he's not walking around with like his face in like the center of his chest, but I mean, he's still a robotic being. I mean, like he's in computers in this. I'm not gonna complain about that. I think that was very well done that they kept Arnim Zola. Yeah, I like Red Skull, but I liked Arnim Zola. Hopefully he can come back. I really liked him. Yeah, this movie's... I don't have too much to say about it, just that it's great. Just that it is... I mean, other than Hawkeye not being in it, my only other problem is the fact that... And don't get me wrong, I loved every single one of these characters, but my only problem was just that they, like, Marvel, Disney, even though they're the best, better than Fox with Marvel, Sony with Marvel, and definitely better than Warner Bros. With DC, their one problem is that they don't have the guts to kill off any characters. And they tried to fake you out so many times in this movie. They're not doing that. They're not. There's not a chance that they are going to do that. But one character I loved was Falcon. I love Falcon. He was great. Falcon was awesome. The humor in this movie was just awesome. It was funny. The dialogue was great. The action scenes were top notch. They were some of the best action scenes in any movies, period, I've ever seen. The shield fighting, the fist fighting. I literally turned to my friends and I was like, wow, Captain America's really stepped it up since the last movie. And it's great. I don't have much to say other than, if you haven't seen it, what is your problem? Just go see it. Go see it. There is no reason why you shouldn't. So yeah. Now on to the spoiler about the after credits. Alright, so there were two of them. The first one was, sorry, my shirt was tucked in for some reason. I don't know. But so the first one was that Baron von Strucker is walking, and then he's pointing to Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver in their cells, and he's like, alright, the twins are ready, or something. I don't even remember the exact words, but something like that. And then Quicksilver's in his cell, Scarlet Witch is in her cell, and Scarlet Witch is kind of making things float. Quicksilver's kind of like running around the walls, kind of like freaking out. You can clearly tell they're both mentally unstable at the moment. Either that or they're in some kind of trance. Like, Quicksilver seems like it's kind of got out, and then Scarlet Witch just looks like she's kind of gone crazy. They both kind of gone crazy, but in two different ways. And then it shows Loki's Mind Staff. That is probably the Mind Gem for the Infinity Gauntlet. Like, we have the Ether, the Tesseract, which I'm not sure what those will be, but the Loki Staff should be the Mind Gem. Now, in my opinion, what I think it is they're under mind control. Now, what my friend said, this might be a good theory, and it might be Armin's theory from Comic Book Past. It might be that, one of those two. What my friend said was that, and I hadn't thought of this, was that what if they were experimenting on them, either using the staff or just using whatever, and that's how they got their powers. Or, because they can't say they're Magneto's children because that is owned by Fox, in case you don't know that. And so the other thing that Armin from Comic Book Cast said was that it could be that the Mind Gem made them bring out their power from their mind, like their soul power. Scarlet Witch brought out like her witchcraft, and Quicksilver his super speed. And so that's probably what it is. And then the second end credit scene was what was it? Right, it was Bucky looking. He's kind of incognito at the Captain America Museum, and he's reading a biography on Bucky Barnes, because there was a Bucky Barnes biography there. And so it's basically him realizing who he is, and that was great. It was very short, but it didn't need to be any longer than that. And then it just, I loved it. I can't say much. I mean, I feel like an idiot because I'm just like, I loved it every 3 seconds. Like, it's not like I have much to say, because normally when you're talking about something, you don't have much to say other than it's good, unless you're complaining about it. Just go see it. You know, maybe I'll give it a 10 out of 10. So yeah, anyway guys, that's it for this that's it for this video. So comment down below what you thought. Give it your rating 1 through 10 if you want. Or hate on me if you're a hater. No, don't do that. Don't do that. That's kind of mean. But, I mean, if you want to, sure, I'm just going to delete the comment anyway, so what's the point? And then, but like it if you're an awesome person. Dislike it if you're a jerk. And, yeah, so comment below what you thought. And subscribe to my channel for more things. And I will be getting back on schedule. In the summer, I will make videos probably much more often. Definitely. And, so let me know what you want me to review. Do you want me to talk about Arkham Knight next, or review Arkham Origins? I mean, I'm going to do both, but which one would you like me to do first? So anyways, guys, that's it for this video. And so, yeah, see you guys next time. Goodbye.